Good evening, everyone. It's time for my daily random tiny chat hypnosis. And just as a forewarning, I do not cut out anything. So there's going to be language, there's going to be content, and this stuff is out there on the internet. You can go inside these chat rooms at any time. If you've ever been on Tiny Chat, you know that there's people out there that are just going to start saying stuff. They're going to be rude. They're going to be mean to you. They're going to, like, it's crazy what people put on the internet anyway, with Facebook and with YouTube and everything going out there. So what this is it's the process that I do for hypnosis, where I go into a random chat room. I just introduce myself, and then I take people into the hypnotic process, or I take them into a hypnotic state. So what you're about to see is uncut, unfiltered, and if you're under the age of 18, you should not be watching this. So, and if you're my kids, get off my computer. Here we go. Jump right in here, start grabbing a random room. And down, 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 down. Oh, okay. Ebola support group. Come chat with supportive, friendly people who are sharing their experiences with Ebola. Ooh, okay. Maybe I don't want to jump into this one. That's okay. It didn't connect. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. And we're island freaks again. If you haven't seen it, my first video, I tried to pronounce that name, and yeah, it was way off. Random, random. What is this? Oh well, let's try it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. There's only 9. Start broadcast. Waiting for approval. Good evening, everyone. Alright, so I just muted myself. I'm going to readjust the camera for a second. There we go. Okay. Remove, add source, screen cap. There we go. That should be relatively good. This way you can actually see the chat over here on the right. Plus you can see everybody in here. No, I'm not from Star Trek. Thank you, though. Real quick, have I ever been inside this room before? Alright, doesn't look like anybody's talking. Alright. Alright, guys, have a good night. Bye. Alright, so let's jump out of there. Let's go somewhere else. Scroll, 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 scroll in for a room. What is that? Oh. Thumber URL? Tumblr URL. Home of Tumblr community. I don't know what Tumblr is, but we're going to find out. Hope it's not some crazy website. All right, well, so far so good. There's not been any kind of language or activities.
I'd rather eat some meatloaf. No, I don't want to eat no Cheerios. Cocoa Puffs.
Just jump straight in here. Try and start broadcasting. Oh, connection to the room was interrupted. All right, fine. Next room. Scroll, 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 scroll. Third time's always a charm, right? KNI Kush 420. Okay. Teens, nope, we already found out about those. Relax, chill, fight, I think I've been in before. Rorschach. Shoutouts to the Social Lounge, the Rorschach. There's just like equality. The name of the room is Everybody Poops. A place to be you, talk about whatever. Don't be a creep. Ooh, I've never thought about that before. Am I creeping whenever I do my random hypnosis? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no, it's full. Has reached maximum capacity. This would have been a good one too. Lots of peoples. All right, jump out. Down, 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 down. Oh, what was that? RuneScape? That's not how you spell rune for the game RuneScape. 18 plus, no open mics. Push to talk. Well, I'm going to push it, but then I'm going to slide my mouse off. That way it stays open. The hypnotist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Yay. Good evening, everyone. Kyle, do you want to be hypnotized? Yes, yes, I can. Oh, just because you don't believe in gravity doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So do you guys want to see some hypnotisms or not? I can hypnotize across the web. I have a website and I do it for fun. What I do is I choose random rooms, go into them, and I perform hypnosis. I do different techniques, suggestibility tests, and explain the whole process. And then when I'm done, I actually upload them to my YouTube page. And I'll even post the link after we're all done and everything. So it's up to you. If you guys want to or if you don't, totally your choice. I may have chosen the wrong room. It looks like everybody's gaming. With a show of hands, people that are on cam, do you actually see me? All right, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to go hit up another room. If you'd like, you can find my link inside my profile. I'll give you just a second to go grab it if you'd like. And yes, my name is The Hypnotist, and I do hypnotisms on Tiny Chat. I do stage hypnosis, and I do street hypnosis. I am not clinical. Good night, all. That was a bad room to choose. No, I ought to put like shortcut links so you can go straight to the hypnotisms. Ooh, that'd be a great idea. Let's do this first one. Secret layer 127.0.0.1. Nice. Local IP address. Connecting. YouTube.
Oh, half of his problems were supposed to be mine, but you wanted everything. I hope that you're happy, cause he's sure not. Well, according to my calculations, you're a pussy. Name calling? Really? We're gonna do name calling? I'm not calling names, right? I'm just stating facts, and the fact is, you're a quivering pussy. I'm the pussy? Well, at least I don't play with toys.
Yep, gotta turn that down. There we go. Good evening, everyone. Let's see. Yes, I am really a hypnotist. Oh, connection lost. Somebody asked about it. See if I was banned. Okay, they didn't ban me. Oh, just having a really bad connection tonight. That's all. Finished. There we go. Well, now they're off talking about the video. Talking about rats or something. Mostly just experience. If you right click and go to my profile, you can see my YouTube page. I actually do this for kind of a hobby. This is a thing that I do. In certain states, it does have laws. There are restrictions against using it in public schools. There's different restrictions on using it unethically. But yeah. Have you ever been to a stage show? Yes. 30/30. Are you a hypnotist? I don't think so. I'm not that kind of hypnotist. I actually started hypnosis about 13 years ago, and it started out as self-suggestion, self-hypnosis, and then it turned into like this weird meditation because I didn't believe in it either. I didn't I didn't think that hypnosis worked. I thought this isn't real. It can't. This is bull. It's magic. It's mysticism. And then I started studying what it actually was, the process that the mind's going through when it actually goes into the hypnotic state. And I found out that hypnosis, meditation, yoga, all these things are just doing the exact same thing. Very focused, very level part of brainwave patterns. And input is greater than output. What?
No, it's like you have input, like somebody says something, and then there's output. It's like cause and effect. I mean, your brain's really suggestive. I mean, you probably know a lot more about it than I do, but I mean, it's basically input output, like cause and effect.
Absolutely. You're filtering out all the information that's being taken into your brain all at the same time. You're only conscious of a certain amount of that information. For example, involuntary muscles, like your heart pumping, is being controlled by the subconscious part of your brain. You don't control that. This, you're actually going to get a little mad at this one. Something that you are voluntarily moving right now are your eyelids. They're not an involuntary muscle. And just the simple fact that I've stated this to you will now make you conscious and aware of the fact that you have to blink your eyelids. And now my eyes are dry. And no, I don't do hypnosis for profit. I actually do it as a hobby. I do it as an interest, and I do it for fun. I do it for self-help and for studies. And yes, I do the pattern interrupt handshake, and I do the shock induction handshake. Whenever I'm doing it on Tiny Chat, I do the slow induction. So, would you get, okay. If you'd like to be hypnotized, cam up, and yes, I'll take you into the hypnotic state. I want to get permission from the mods first.
Do it.
Make sure I'm not going to
Yeah,
get
no, you have their permission. Fuck them.
Oh, that was rough.
No, they're cool. They're fine. No, they're cool. They don't care, dude. Yeah, you're fine. I'm sure.
Perfect. Oh, well, to find out if somebody's actually suggestible, I do a suggestibility test to everybody first. If you want to participate, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And like I said, hypnosis is not mind control. You're not going to go into some mystical state. It's simply walking through a process inside your own mind and showing you what the power of your subconscious can do.
Have you ever done any mindfulness meditations by chance?
Kind of like lucid dreaming.
No, just like just observing what you think, and then like you see patterns and stuff in the ways that you think. It's basically just instead of being along for the ride, I guess you're just kind of like observing. I don't know. It's called mindfulness.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, I meditate every night before I go to sleep. It helps relax the mind and just get it prepared to go to sleep. So I do have a radio voice. Why, thank you, Rudy. All right, do you guys mind if I record this session? Once it's recorded, I will post it out there on the internet on my YouTube page. I'm the hypnotist, and you can find me on Google. My actual code, my screen name is Code Prime 8. You can Google me.
Hang on, let me put a shirt on real quick for this.
Oh, sorry. I did start. The process starts whenever I first logged in, and I go through like an introduction to the video, and then I show the difference, like as I'm going through all the random chat rooms. I'll click them at random, and it's amazing to see the different reactions that you'll get. Some, they'll just ban me right on the spot. Others, I hop in, somebody usually asks, and then that's when the process starts. So simply by asking me, are you a hypnotist? I am 32. I will be 33 next month. It's my birthday. If you guys want a background of me, I can give you a quick rundown. It actually helps with the process. It builds a little bit of rapport with us. All right, so my name is Heath Haskins. I went to the Marine Corps for 4 years. I spent 2 years over in Okinawa, Japan, where I saw a hypnotist show, and that's what sparked the interest of me actually doing hypnosis. I bought one of the self-help tapes for quitting smoking. I still smoke to this day, only it's switched over to vapor, much healthier than it was. I was a correctional officer while I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years. Got out and spent another 5 years doing correctional work at the county jail here in my hometown. So I started putting all this stuff together and learning that there's different states of the mind. There's alpha, beta, theta, delta. And that's the basic rundown. Here, I'll explain. And I don't mean to like overrun the YouTube video. I've got YouTube turned off on mine, so sorry. The human mind can go into 4 different states. It can go into alpha, beta, theta, and delta. Alpha is extremely awake. It's about 180 cycles per second, and you can imagine this as being extremely awake. So you're in the middle of a big city, rush hour traffic, 7 lanes. You're in the far left-hand lane, and you need to get over to the right-hand lane in less than half a mile. You're gripping the steering wheel, you're signaling, you're looking in the mirrors. You're extremely awake. Beta. Beta is the normal state of the mind. This is where you're at when you're awake. You can imagine this as getting away from the big city down to 2-lane traffic, and it's light traffic. So you can turn on the radio, you can look around at the scenery. You're not really paying attention to driving, but you're still consciously making the moves. And then there's theta. Theta is that weird, dreamy state. This is where hypnosis happens. It's the state where you can imagine going down a road that you've been down 1,000 times, and it's been a long day, and you're not really thinking about driving. You're thinking about food when you get home. You're thinking about just relaxing. You're thinking about things that happen throughout the day, and you miss your turn. Why did you miss that turn that you've taken 1,000 times? You'd reach that state. Your subconscious and your conscious separated for just a moment. You weren't thinking about driving. You were thinking about something else. The same reason you can walk into another room and forget what you went in there for. This is the state that you go into just before you go to sleep every day. This is the state that you come out of every day when you wake up. So it's not magic. It's not mysticism. It's 15 to 20 cycles per second, depending on how awake you are. And then the last state is delta, and that's sleep. It's got multiple layers, and we're not going to get into that. Theta is the state that we're going to be playing with. And to do this...
So, hey.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, when you say cycles, exactly do you mean by cycles?
The human brainwave, like when you have a brainwave that's being measured on scale, one cycle would be from the start of a second to the end of a second, so 60 milliseconds. And in the alpha state, you have 120 cycles in that second. So your brain actually peaks and valleys uh, 240 times or 120 cycles. And that's the differences. So, okay, cool. So if you'd like to participate in a suggestibility test so I can see who can actually go in, who I can take on cam into the hypnotic state, sit back in your chair, relax, take a deep breath. If you're on a laptop, please make sure that you have power plugged in. And first things first, I know everybody is stressed out because like everybody's stretched in the max. Take a deep breath all the way into your lungs, as deep as you can, and just let it out. And you're going to feel 10 times more relaxed. Good. Take both your hands, place them out in front of you just like this, interlocking the fingers nice and tight. Make sure your palms are pressed. Bring that up at a 90-degree angle just in front of your face. Take your index fingers, place them directly up in front of you, and bring it up to eye level. Good. Now in just a moment, I'm going to ask that you separate your fingers and begin to stare at the gap in between those fingers. When I do not look at the camera. I need you to concentrate and focus on the gap. Go ahead and separate your fingers now. And as you begin to stare at that gap in between your fingers, I'd like for you to, in your mind, imagine both of those fingers are powerful magnets, and you're going to feel them pulling closer and closer and closer together now, and as they do so, they will eventually touch as they get closer and closer and closer. Good. Just allowing this to happen inside your mind, seeing the power of your creativity as it gets closer and closer and closer now. Closer until they touch, and they will eventually touch. You can smile. This is an awkward feeling, but you'll find they'll get closer and closer and closer, closer, closer now. When they touch, just allow them to begin to press. As long as it takes for your mind to allow this to happen, getting closer and closer and closer. Good. When they touch, just allow them to press. Rooty, very good. 30-30, allow those fingers to press and push and stick. Good. When you feel them starting to stick, just allow them to start to stick in place. Feel the palms beginning to press and stick in place. Feel the fingers interlock, as if somebody started to glue them tighter and tighter and tighter. As they get tighter now, imagine those fingers, those hands becoming stuck, sticking in place, stuck, as if somebody has glued them, superglued them, bound them, concreted them in place. You could try to pull them apart, but you will find the harder you try, the more they will stick. The harder you try, the more they will stick. Try now. Try to pull them apart and find them sticking tighter and tighter and tighter. Good. You can stop trying, look at me, take a deep breath, and allow those hands to get loose and unstick as they begin to come apart now. Good. Allow the fingers to become loose, limp, relaxed. Good, very good. Rooty, I think you're a little bit skeptical of it. 30-30, how did that feel?
It's really just a power of suggestion, like different perspectives. Like you can say, you can feel your fingers getting tighter, or like glue, and you use like adjectives or something like that. And you can actually feel it like, no, they're definitely stuck together. And then you say loose, limp, and relax. And then it's just like, there it is. Okay. So it's really just a power of like perception and suggestion. It's good stuff though, man. It's very powerful. It really is. It's really powerful.
That is exactly what it is. So, with all that in mind, would you allow me to take you into the hypnotic state? Actually take you under hypnosis? I promise I'm not going to make you dance around like a chicken. I'm not going to have you take your clothes off or anything crazy. I'm not that kind of hypnotist. I'm being recorded. It's going to be posted on my website. Heck, if I get 1 million views, you'll become famous.
It's okay, man. I usually don't have any clothes on anyway. Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Again, make sure you're plugged into power. If anybody else wants to participate and you're not on camera, please let me know. Because at the end of the session is not going to be a really good time because I won't remember and you won't be able to respond to me. All right. So make sure that you're not going to be disturbed by anybody. If you have anybody in the house, in the room, it looks like you're actually in a barracks, maybe. You've got a wall locker, fire alarm, and a vent going across the top. So a dorm, maybe a dorm.
Yeah, I'm in a dorm room.
Okay. Take a deep breath, sit back, and just relax. Yeah, that's a good point. Good. Take another deep breath as far in as you can get it. And let that breath all the way out. And as you do, just begin to relax deeper. Good. Another deep breath all the way in. And all the way out. Good. Last breath, deep, even deeper than before. But hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, and let that breath all the way out. And as you do, just close your eyes, sit back, relax. Continue to breathe deep, breathe slow, and just relax. Good. I'd like for you to imagine a feeling of complete relaxation starting at the very top of your head. And you're going to allow this feeling of relaxation to begin to move down across your forehead and down across your eyebrows and down to the muscles around your eyes. Good. Allow this feeling of relaxation to move into your cheeks, becoming aware of the muscles as they relax, loose, limp, and it moves down into your jaw, and down to the muscles around your mouth. Good. Allow this feeling of relaxation to begin to move into your neck, starting at the back of your head. Imagine this feeling of relaxation as it moves down the back of your head, and down to your neck. Good. Allow this feeling of relaxation to begin to move into your shoulders and down into your arms. First the top of the arm and down to your forearms, becoming loose, limp, and relaxed. Allow this feeling of relaxation to begin to move into your hands and down into your fingers. Good. Allow this feeling of relaxation as it begins to move into your back, into your shoulder blades and your upper back, and down into your lower back. Good. Allow this feeling of relaxation to begin to move into your chest and down into your abdomen, letting every muscle become loose, limp, and relaxed. Allow this feeling of relaxation to begin to move into your thighs. First the front of the thighs, then the back of the thighs, and then down into your calves. Allow that feeling of relaxation as it moves into your feet and down into your toes, and finally out of your body. Good. Allow this complete feeling of relaxation to take over your entire body and become warm, loose, limp, as if being wrapped in a blanket. Warm, safe, and secure. Good. Now in just a moment, I'm going to begin counting down from 5. With every number that I count, I'd like for you to imagine walking down a flight of stairs, with every step going deeper, more loose, more limp, more relaxed, with every step. 5. Starting down, going deeper, loose, limp, and relaxed. 4. Continuing down, down, down. 3. Loose, limp, and relaxed. At this point, you may hear other sounds in the room. You may hear other people talk. These will not disturb you. They will help you to concentrate even more, becoming loose, limp, and relaxed. 2. Like a rag doll that has no bones, it has no muscles, it does not support itself. It lies loose, limp, and relaxed. 1. Down to the last step. Good. And as long as it's taken you to get to the last step, just stand there for a moment. And when I count the last number, I'd like for you to imagine I've pulled the stairs out from under you, and you're going to drop right the way down, right the way deep, into the most relaxed state that you've ever felt in your life. 0. Right the way down, right the way deep. Good. Take a moment to get used to this feeling of complete relaxation, this time that you've given to yourself. I'd like for you to imagine in front of you now a door. Step through the door and into your room. This is your room, inside your mind. You can make it as big or as small as you'd like. You can come here at any time to think, to relax, or to just be. Again, this is your room. You can come here anytime you like. From this point forward, anytime I snap my fingers and say the word sleep, I'd like for you to return to this state, right the way down, right the way deep, back into your room. Again, whenever I snap my fingers and say the word sleep, I'd like for you to return to this state. Nod your head when you've accepted this suggestion. Good. In just a moment, we're going to perform what's called fractation. Fractation has the same idea as an alarm clock. When an alarm clock goes off in the morning, you wake up, you hit the snooze button, and you go back to sleep. The second time the alarm clock goes off, you wake up even more tired, more sleepy than before. You hit the snooze button and go back to sleep. And the last time that the alarm clock goes off, you're so tired it's almost impossible to get up, and it feels like you didn't even get any sleep for the night. You give up, hit the snooze button, and go back to sleep. To do this, I will count up from 1 to 3. I will say eyes open, wide awake. You'll come back into the room, but remain completely loose, limp, and relaxed. Once I see that your eyes are open and focused, I will snap my fingers, say the word sleep, and return you back down into your room. We'll do this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open, wide awake. Come back into the room. You can move your mouse, wake up your screen. Very good. Once you've found me, and sleep right the way down, right the way deep, back into your room. Good. Loose, limp, and relaxed. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open, wide awake. Come back into the room. Good. Sleep right the way down, right the way deep. Back into your room, safe and secure. Very good. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open, wide awake. Come back into the room. Last time. Sleep all the way down. Good. And take a moment to get used to the relaxed feeling that you feel. Back inside your room, loose, limp, and relaxed. Every muscle feeling wonderful. Again, you're in control the entire time. You can still hear, you can still think. This is not mind control. On your left wrist, I'd like for you to imagine now that I tie a balloon. It's tied around your left wrist. I'd like for you to feel that as it begins to lift, filling up with helium as it gets higher and higher. Light lifting up, up, up. Tie a second balloon to it and it begins to rise even faster. Just right the way up. There's no discomfort. It feels just fine as it rises higher and higher and higher until eventually it will rise up and it feels like you're pulled from the room, lifting, tugging, floating up, up, up. Good. And however long it takes for that hand to rise, lift up, just allow it to comfortably hang at wherever it would like to stop. Once it stops, just let it hang there for a second. Good. Now in just a moment I will clap my hands and that balloon will pop. And when it pops, your hand will drop. When it drops, you will drop even deeper, right the way down, right the way deep, back into your room. Good. Now, as you drop, right the way down, right the way deep. Good. Sit and relax for just a moment. I'd like for you to imagine that you're on a drive. Imagine yourself in a car going down a country road, and there's a forest to the left and a pasture off to the right. And it's green, it's summertime, the sun is out. You can feel the sun beaming down on you. And you decide to stop the car off to the side of the road. And when you do, you step out, and there's a gate so you can enter into the pasture. I'd like for you to see the colors, see the green inside your mind. See the forest back behind you on the other side of the road, and out in the pasture, up on top of a little hill, imagine a tree. And you can see this tree now as it becomes green, casting shade. And you decide to take your shoes off and begin to walk up towards the tree. As you walk closer to the tree, I want you to smell the grass. You can smell the breeze. You can feel the grass on the bottom of your feet. It's got a warm breeze. It's not hot, but it's just comfortable. As you continue closer, there's flowers around. You can see the colors of the flowers now. Make them vivid inside your mind as you continue up to the hill. Good. And just steps before the hill, you find yourself in the shade. As you're still listening, 1, 2, 3, eyes open wide awake, find yourself back into the room. Good. And just relax for just a moment. Good. Continuing to feel that relaxation as it flows over your body. and sleep right the way down, right the way deep. Good. Continue to relax and take this moment, take this time for yourself to push everything else out of your mind. And take yourself back into the pasture, back into the field. Good. I'd like for you to step into the shade of that big oak tree up there on top of that hill. It feels cooler, and you decide to just lie down and lean up against the tree. Good. You can see the clouds, white fluffy clouds, and they're just dotted across that blue sky, the bluest sky that you've ever seen. I'd like you to take this spot, this moment, as complete relaxation and give it a room, give it a door back inside your room. Anytime you step through that door, you can return to this state, at this place, in this moment in time. Again, back in your room, tie a door back to this state, this time. Good. 30-30, welcome back. Take a deep breath and sleep. Go right the way down, right the way deep, back into your room. And find yourself back into the pasture. You'll find out how easy it is to go into this state and how easy it is for you to come out, because this is not mind control. You cannot get stuck in this state. You cannot remain in this state. This is a very natural state that you can be in. You go here every night before you go to sleep. You come out of this state every morning just before you wake up. Hypnosis is not mind control. Good. Once you've tied that back to your room, go ahead and return back into your room now. Good. Once you've found yourself back in the room, just remain relaxed. From this point forward, anything I say will instantly and automatically become your reality. No matter how strange, no matter how weird it sounds, anything I say will instantly and automatically become your reality. Good. Take your left hand now and place it on top of your head. I will do the same. Left hand on top of your head now. And as it presses, allow that hand to become stuck, sticking in place tighter and tighter and tighter, and you will not be able to remove it until I remove my hand. You cannot remove that hand until I remove my hand. It's now stuck in place. 1, 2, 3, eyes open wide awake, come back into the room, and give that a good tug. Try and pull that off, see how tight it sticks. As it becomes tighter, sticking tight. So it is a weird feeling, and you know inside your mind you could pull it off, but it becomes stuck as it becomes real, just like your subconscious mind is doing all these things for you in the background. And just as easy as it got stuck to your head, it will pop off now. So it is a very odd feeling. The other thing is, the color of my pen is green. Green is also tied to the emotion of happy, as is yellow and other neutral colors. The reason it's tied to these colors is because you can trigger these emotions. When you're in the hypnotic state, these emotions can be triggered even more. So I'm going to give you the suggestion, when you see the green of my pen, it becomes the funniest thing that you've ever seen. It gets funnier and funnier and funnier with every passing second, and you're not going to be able to help but start to laugh, start to giggle to yourself. It's going to rise up. You're going to feel that as it becomes funnier and funnier and funnier. The funniest thing you've ever seen, giggling and smiling to yourself, bigger, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times more funnier than ever before. And that feeling subsides now. Good. Go ahead and take a deep breath, sit back, relax, and sleep right the way down, right the way deep, back into your room.
Good. And what we'll do is we're going to bring all that energy back into your bodies, the same energy that we took at the very beginning, and bring it back to you. Now, you're going to be really good at this because you've experienced it. You're going to be able to do self-hypnosis before you go to sleep, whatever time you like, just by simply following these steps. You're going to take 3 deep breaths and let them completely out. On the third, you're going to hold for 3 seconds. Then you're going to walk yourself down every muscle from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and then count to yourself and imagine going down your steps. When you've reached the bottom of the steps, you can drop, jump, or leap right the way down, right the way deep, back into your room. I'm going to give you one last suggestion. When you come out of the hypnotic state, your entire body is going to feel like you just had a 10-hour nap and a 5-hour full body massage. You're going to feel great. You're going to feel wonderful. It's going to feel like the best feeling in the world. You're going to be so glad that you did this. 5-hour full body massage, 10-hour nap. To bring that energy back, I'm going to count up from 1 to 5 and bring it in. 1, feel the energy coming back into your feet, back into your calves. 2, feel the energy come back into your thighs, back into your abs. 3, feel that energy back into your chest as you take a deep breath full of energy. 4, feel it going down your arms as your eyes start to open, lifting the head. 5, eyes open, wide awake, big stretch back into the room. Very good, guys. Thank you. Round of applause for everyone.
I want to go back to my room. That was seriously like the most relaxing thing I've... Oh my goodness. That is the most relaxing thing I've ever felt in my life.
Thank you. Again, it's not me doing it. I'm just simply walking you through the things that I've studied and learned, and I do. Rudy, how about you, buddy? How do you feel? Thank you.
Yeah, I got I got really relaxed. I don't know. I just kind of felt like I was made of, like water or something. I was just like, just lay down and go into dreamland. Yeah, it was nice though. It was really nice.
As you're traveling down the steps, did your body feel like it ballooned a little bit? Like it became thicker? That's the feeling I always get down in my hands, because I'll lay them across but not touch and take myself down, and it feels like I balloon.
You know that feeling? Have you ever been going to sleep and you're right on the verge of dreaming, like you're thinking about fucking unicorns farting rainbows, and it sounds like perfectly logical because you're still thinking it, and like I don't know, you're like right on the verge of dreaming, and then you just start like you feel like your arms are floating or something. I don't know. You can feel your arms like still laying there, but it feels like they're floating or something. I don't know. That's what it felt like when you.
Yes.
We were saying something about tie your hands to a balloon. It felt like I could still feel my arms there, but at the same time, it was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
hard to explain.
Like everybody in the room, everybody that's watching this happen right now, anybody that's off camera watching this happen, they've experienced exactly what you're describing. The exact same thing. There's no magic to it. There's no mysticism. This is hypnosis. This is the state inside your mind, inside everybody's brain. It happens. So I love it when people are like, well, I don't believe in hypnosis. Okay, fine. Don't believe in it. So I do apologize.
Oh, dude, just one deep breath and I was already... one deep breath and I was already like really relaxed. It really doesn't take too much, and then your brain just kind of starts to drift off, and then all of the suggestions that you were saying, I'm just like, there was actually a lot of trust involved in it. I was like, man, I hope to God this guy doesn't like, you know, I don't know, make me like, I don't know, like not walk around blinking like a pig or something like that. But just there was a lot of trust involved in it because I was just taking suggestions from you.
There
It was good
is.
though, man. It was good.
Thank you. I will post this video out. I don't want it to run too long, but I'll take one more explanation. The hypnotic process actually started way before I even did the suggestibility test. The simple fact that I gave you my name and I gave you a background of me and I started to build a rapport with you, that builds that trust. And that's needed for me to guide you through the process. Like, I give you simple things like make sure your laptop's plugged in, make sure that you're sitting back, make sure your feet are flat on the floor. These are simple things. But the thing is, it builds that trust. Oh, he knows what he's doing. He needs to do this. As long as you comply with those, I mean, that's the first simple steps. So thank you guys so much for doing this. Give me about 30 minutes to get it uploaded. And you will be able to
I was going to say it's a lot of NLP because, like, I kind of like, yeah, I mean, I trust you. You clearly know what you're doing, and I trust you. So, like, it was a good thing, man. It was very relaxing, and I kind of need to take it. Like, I kind of want to just like go to sleep now.
Yeah, right now I'm watching all his videos. You got me into that shit now.
You're already watching one of them? And do be warned, some of the videos have crude language, activities, stuff like that. It's unfiltered, uncut. Literally the time that I log into Tiny Chat and I see all the rooms, that's when I start recording. So.
Oh, that's fine.
All right, guys.
Are there people that are impervious to being hypnotized?
I wouldn't say impervious, but there are extremely critical-minded people. These are the ones that have a lot of trust issues, and I mean a lot of trust issues. A lot of the time people say, oh, well, you have a susceptible mind because you're weak-minded. Not the case at all. People who are extremely creative, extremely imaginative, these are actually easier to get into the hypnotic state. And they can be genius-level IQ scale, but it's just easier. And it does follow a big bell curve. About 50% of all population I can take into without any kind of prep. It gets supercharged by the rapport at the very beginning by explaining that it's not magic. And that brings that 50 up to about a 75%. So 75% of the entire population could be hypnotized on the spot by me. If you're trained at it, if you have psychology background, stuff like that, same thing. It just gets supercharged. So.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Again, thank you.
All right, guys.
And I will be back and let you know once it's been done, or once it's uploaded.
Yeah, you should come back more often.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, you really should, because that was majestic. It felt amazing. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. Round of applause for the hypnotist. Yay. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Seriously, that shit felt so fucking good. Oh my god. It's like the best sleep I've ever had.
All right, let's jump out. Zoom. And let's go ahead and remove and add source webcam. Ooh, come on, center. There we go. There's my face. Hello. So what you saw tonight was a great example of people skeptic, not believing in it. Saw a lot of, let's see, I didn't get banned, but I did have a room kind of questioning it. RuneScape, you guys are like playing way too many video games. Just kidding. All love all around. So If you haven't done so already, like my videos, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will try and keep it clean, but you know how Tiny Chat goes. All right, guys, have a good night.